It is always Necrons. So we are back in the Unbeholden Reaches looking for the Inquisitor who's run off. That is the man we are trying to chase down. We're cut off from the rest of the system, from the rest of our protectorates. We're just gonna keep doing what we can. Oh, is this the last one or something? Do you unlock something once I figure out what you are? Oh, Epitaph. We learned about that. We got the things to get past all the mines. It seems that all the color has died from this world. Gray masses of rock give way only to brownish sand in the black void of gorges. The team barely notices a strange detail amid the drab landscape, an extensive area where the land is too small. As they approach, this area turns out to be a lake of moving metal, in the center of which is a blue-green arc discharges. On its shore lies the pyramid of, the ruins of pyramidal constructs. Through magnoculars, it is determined that the remains of the pyramids are slowly melting, creating flows that dump new metal into the lake. The smoothness of the lake is lightly rippled by currents trying to extinguish the flames in the center. Specially equipped servitors are the first to disembark on the shores of the Matide Lake. To the explorer's surprise, they return unharmed with samples of the anomalous substance. The squad sets out to study the lake and the Xenos constructions. Acolytes of the Adeptus Mechanicus determine that the metal contains the same substance from which the pyramids are made. The behavior of the metal particles indicate that the constructs made from the metal are capable of regenerating, just like living matter, albeit incomparably faster. However, the pyramid filling the lake by transmitting the metal through built-in portals cannot surmount the destructive force the arc discharges in the lake's center. One of the pyramids lining the lake shore is more damaged than the rest, judging by its melted edges in the direction of the breaks. This damage is the thing that starts the fires in the lake's center. Endless flows of metal from the portals of every monolith. However, one of the flows is noticeably weaker than the rest. Looking closer, officers notice a small object blocking part of the portal. With the help of servitors, they are successful in removing it and bringing it to the Von Valancius shuttle. The wielder gains 3 charges of Holofield. When the wielder suffers damage, 1 charge is removed to prevent it. There are no charges left, damage is not prevented, and the wielder becomes staggered until the end of combat. What the hell is staggered? Minus 20 weapon skill, ballistic skill, strength, toughness, and agility. Ooh, that is rough. The vessel cannoneers find the idea of smiting the green plans with the ship waste rather dubious, but do not dare question the will of the Lord Captain. They drop charges, salvos, dissolves to no effect, barely touching the discharges. We'll leave it. I don't know what it's for, but they can keep it. Is this the first star we can scan? Judging by the orbital trajectories, this is the parent star of the system. If the Lumino reader is right, back in the day, it used to be huge and angry with a bite to it, not this half-dead firefly. Can't imagine what could have drained a deadly beast like that. The Lumino reader swears that the rays of the star would have continued withering all life in the system for millions of years more. It's too young to have faded like this. It's like it was gnawed out. It was attacked, sudden and fiercely. A hungry predator bit it into its magnetic field and drank as much of its energy as it could. The predator was starving and surely devoured the star whole had it more time. I do not know, but I can read the traces of what was committed here as if I had seen it happen 100 times. That sucks. They moved several dead stars over here. Dead or dying stars. A shuttle of Imperial make is detected among the rocky gorges of the planet, alongside 2 nearby Xeno objects, monolithic structures embedded in the landscape. On scan, the objects distorts the signal, but no signs of enemy activity nor signals from the shuttle are found. The server signals disappear as soon as they approach the cliffs between which the shuttle is found. Not one of them returns. No data is received. Ignatius wishes to personally explore the enigmatic monoliths. The Von Lancer shuttle overcomes a turbulence, landing with an alarm rumble, after which the connection to the void ship becomes tenuous. Despite a rough landing on rocky terrain, the flight ends successfully.
Incredible. Your heart, esteemed Magos, shines with a kaleidoscope of colors, albeit one made of metal.
Only laypersons believe feelings to be the preserve of flawed flesh. We know the higher passions granted by the Omnissiah, the aversion to tech corruption, the blessing of compliance with the canon of maintenance, and the satisfaction of effective devotional service.
Yeah.
Impure Xenos, I will drown you in your own screams.
Submit and die.
Alright, some warriors, some scarabs, an immortal. Nothing too crazy yet. Looks like we gotta get rid of the beacons though to stop more from coming in.
The Emperor commands. And so it shall be done. I will not be deterred. Actions will speak louder than words. Rejoice in service. The Emperor commands. I cannot comply. And so shall it be done.
Trust me, my blade whispers your name. As the tenets demand, I shall not fail. Caught by the web. The shadows will see it done.
You won't.
Brace yourself,
Oh, you did.
Babylon.
Quit trying to feel him up.
As honor ordains. As the tenets demand. Trust me. The shadows will see it done. My blade whispers your name. Let your soul be purged. Caught by the web. Trust me. I shall not fail. Let your soul be purged. If it serves your cause. I understand your intent. If it serves your cause. If I must.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
Victory is imminent. It will be done.
High momentum.
At your beck and call. I will do my duty. It will be done.
Try to die with grace, at least. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
My blade whispers your name.
Running binaric override. Ability analysis successful.
My place is at the fore. Indeed. At your beck and call. It will be done.
Pop it all up.
I will do my duty. At your beck and call. Victory is an exemplary strike.
Death is a blessing.
Target well struck.
Moment commencing.
Actions will speak louder than words. I will not be deterred. The Emperor commands.
Request approved. That is an equation. Your life is a negligible variable. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
Right, get all that set up.
Running binaric override. Insignificant value. The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
I will leave footprints of scarlet. The undying Emperor whispers
He's
his
not gonna make it
will.
through this.
Let your
Gonna
soul
take a quick drink.
be purged, caught by the web. Come, the other side awaits. As honor ordains.
Right.
As the tenant, death is a blessing.
Did level up.
I have learned much in my
Hatching
exile.
out, you guessed that these monoliths were once part of a mighty transport ship capable of transforming into ground structures. He might be able to do something with that. That one. Okay. We could use stuff that actually costs AP, but we'll see when we get to that. I think the reason why we didn't do that for him is because he doesn't make a lot of swings, he makes big swings. We'll have him recover. Still recognize the bomb Galantis coat of arms. Parts of the hull and emblem look as if something vaporized the ship. Components one layer after another.
This ocular implant was a worthwhile
Broken
investment.
bodies would smash in the ground with such force that there are cracks radiating out from underneath it. What is Juliet's? Ooh, this is just like that much crazier for him. Neutral motor over penetration is always equal to 100%. Solid projectile weapons have an increased 50% over penetration. It's gonna be a monster for him. Is under the effect of Reckless Rush. Where's attacks gain 50? That's probably for either Argenta or Ulfar. The Abelard armor, 85% deflection. %, resistance, reduces damage by 65%. 7 deflection. That should help keep him alive, along with his regeneration. That should be pretty solid for him.
Guide my path to glory.
Alright. Good trip, everybody. Good stuff. Abelard got armor, we leveled up, Pascal got a better gun, a crazy better gun. This really feels like a building up for the end of the campaign sort of thing. Give me 1 second here, I think I have some messages for my wife. No, never mind. Okay. Those things, I've never seen anything like them before, but the panel of the ship's tech priest lumino readers say that they are star corpses, not just corpses, they call them Stella-side victims. Who knows what these star sages, apparently when a star dies an unnatural death, it's different. These look like they're murdered and plundered. All their energy was siphoned, like when a spider sucks the innards out of a fly. And witnessing these hosts, if you don't mind saying, scared the lumen readers so much that they wet their metal trousers. I agree, Lord Captain. The stellar trajectories also suggest that most of these stars didn't used to be here. Someone was hoarding them in the system. And I wouldn't like to have been here at the time. The gravitational currents would have been pure chaos. Who could have pulled off something like that? Was it Drukari? Dragging stars around like they are their properties. Quite in character for those damn Xenos. No, it's Necrons. I appreciate you not giving a care, but it's Necrons. Lord Captain and Xeno squadrons on intercept corps is the same abominations before. I think they are guards. The ship took off from the surface of the Tansoid as soon as we bathed with the eye of our augurs. I'm not an expert on Xenos minds, but I know my void maneuvers, and I can tell you this. They are angry, and they are approaching on a direct and unambiguously aggressive trajectory course. Orders received, Lord Captain. Glory to House von Delancius.
I stand ready to serve you and the Imperium, Lord Captain.
What the hell? You guys have never done that before.
Lock on and launch. Call ahead.
Why are you guys so chatty now?
Deliver their demise. Bring doom to our enemy. I want to hear the macro cannon roar. Show them the fury of our macro cannon.
I gotta get used to the fact that I go a lot sooner in the turn order so I can release those last. Yeah, they really want that frigate dead. Yeah, escape your shrouded class light cruiser.
An opportunity to exploit. Set course with all haste. Deliver their demise. Unleash the power of our lance batteries. Send our enemies to the void! Let the macro cannons sing their deadly litany.
Yeah, fire back. I mean, you missed, but thank you for firing back.
Bring doom to our enemies. Unleash the power of our lance batteries. Show them the fury of our macro cannons. Unleash a barrage of destruction. Helmsman, navigate us to the designated coordinates. Lock on and launch.
It don't matter which one you run to.
Fade into nothing.
Bring doom to our enemies. Deliver their demise. Set course with all haste. Show them the fury of our macro cannons.
Going back to base. Coming back to base.
No one can outmaneuver House Orcelio.
No, they cannot. No, they cannot. Each attack craft launch, each torpedo gain one full integrity. No. Going first is so crazy strong. I guess we'll get improved RAM. Our captain, we spotted a planetoid with an unidentified xenostructure. Something tells me this is the place we've been looking for. Augur clerics detected a field of void mines on our trajectory toward the planetoid. Main transmission received return signal. 5% of mines reported transition to sleep mode, receiving coordinates of an area designated as main landing state. We have saved channel to approach toward Epitaph and coordinates for landing. Plenty. We're picking up the remaining Vox echoes of conversation, standard signals belonging to Augur observation systems, the gas thermal trails of shells preparing to land. No, Lord Captain, it seems to me that this place is about to fall apart. Augurs detected a multitude of signs pointing to structural damage in the tomb located on the planetoid. They are very fresh. Are you certain, Lord Captain? I beg your pardon for such audacity, but this old Void Wolf's gut tells us this tomb has very likely become ours. I have this bad feeling as if, forgive me, your lordship, completely lost my senses giving us advice like that. Be careful, your lordship. We will wait for as long as it takes for your retrieval signal, even if every Xeno fleet in the world appears to swat us from orbit. I like my helmsman. All the advisors are pretty cool. The Inferno Master, the Danrock, the Vox Master, like all of them I like. They're all like very characterized. Like they all seem to perfectly like be characterized to their role in a very well manner. Every person on the bridge freezes in astonishment, watching the remarkable procession approach your throne. Officers and enforcers are glancing at you questioningly, but do not interfere until they are ordered to. We have come to speak with you, Ignatius. You gave us food for consideration by revealing the mystery of our origin. And then, to now, we observed, calculated, sensed, and we discovered that a great change is coming. A trial. We see a threat to which the Imperium brings, the intricate plexus, the tenets, the determined advice, the myriads through darkness by the will of the golden light, all the things that were strange to us, yet in whose embrace we were born and raised. All of it is in danger, at least within the bounds of the Coronis expanse. But you are not someone who could stop it. You have no light and no resolve. For this reason, we have decided that we should not help you in any way longer. None of us have decided. We are leaving. We're glad to have received what we have from you, but we cannot and do not want to stay any longer. Is it because I fucked up your quest? I feel like because I fucked up your quest. I didn't even establish a new colony. I don't even know how to do that. I am the Lord Inquisitor.
With each step, I forge my destiny among the stars.
Perfect 10. He got it. The only thing I'm sad I didn't have ready is the Tokyo Drift theme song.
The Divine watches over us.
Drawn out metallic groans from a painful melancholy melody, but one that oozes with venomous spite. The iron plates sing in an unknown language, revealed though the meaning is on the verge of reaching your mind, unless the monster cuts your life short before that. The grating roar is more like the sound of a metal torturer's instrument than a sentient being's speech. The Xenos' entire skeletal body is made of an unknown metal, interlaced with greenish energy channels aglow with currents. Below its waist, the flares of grav powder are humming and rattling. Triple ends fuse into a formidable heavy cannon. Not a single part of the monster's body betrays vulnerability. Without a doubt, this is a technologically superb machine designed to annihilate all life. Disabling it would not be easy. The sound of vibrating metal plates is both the rhythmic malice of a march and the hollow hum of misery, the lament of an imperial mechanism due to eons of wrath and battle, or else an impending demise. The salvo from the monster's cannon's infernal orchestral chord that makes the very fabric of space tremble.
The Emperor is with us!
Alright. I tried. Let none say I did not try.
Rejoice in service. Actions will speak louder than words. I will not be deterred. Rejoice in service. The Emperor commands.
A dance of blades and shadows. As honor or by the web, I shall not let your soul be purged. My blade whispers your name.
1800 health, not bad.
As honor or let your soul be purged.
And so shall it be done. I can't allow myself to do this. Rejoice in
Those should be
service.
swapped.
This is beyond me. Actions will speak louder than words.
Commencing is eternal.
I feel nothing, fear nothing.
You ain't got that on Abelard. Alright, you barely got that on Abelard.
The shadows will see it done. As honor ordains. Trust me, my blade whispers your name. As honor ordains. As the tenets demand. I shall not fail. The shadows will see it done. Caught by the web.
I have made a Necron bleed, ladies and gentlemen. Truly, this is the work of the Emperor.
My blade whispers your name. Let your soul be purged. Trust me. Caught by the web.
That is foolishness. I am a navigator, not a servitor. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Oh, she even got it.
If it serves your cause. This tedium is beneath me. No weakness is hidden from my sight. I am not your Xenos pet. I deal death with my hands.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? If I may?
Good luck.
Time for our return.
I see you.
The great sleep is over.
Apparently, I got the best cover in the house.
I understand your intent. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. If I must. This tedium is beneath me. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. I understand your intent. I am not your Xenos pet, ancestors, guide me! If it serves your cause.
I shall infect.
Okay, so the blighted ones are taking damage whenever their turn starts.
Request approved. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all. My vow is to serve. My competencies are not that universal. Running by miracle. The scriptural prognosis is favorable. Function successfully terminated.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Oh.
It will be done. Grey hair, sure hair. Rejoice in service. Another step towards our ultimate victory. I won't suffer this. I will not be deterred. I took care of this one.
And so shall it be done.
It's
I am but a vessel.
give
for
Cabela the
higher
extra
purpose.
turn.
As honor ordains. Trust me. The shadows will see it done. As honor ordains. My blade whispers your name. Caught by the web, let your soul be purged. Caught by the web. I shall not fail. Let your soul be purged. Trust me.
Momentum.
The shadows will see it done. Let your soul be purged. Let the blood of the wicked be shed, as thou hast willed.
Moment commencing.
My blade whispers your name. Let your soul be purged. Caught by the web. And the other side awaits. Caught by the web. Trust me. Let your soul be purged. As the tenant.
And it's that easy.
Trust me. No. The shadows will see it done. I shall not fail. Go by the web. As honor or my blade whispers your name. Trust me, killing brings me no pleasure. The shadows will see. I cannot serve you in this way. As honor ordains. My blade whispers your name. As the tenets demand.
Rewind time.
Caught by the web. Death is a blessing.
Take a drink while this is playing. A little thirsty today because I built myself this big and tall chair for my giant 6'3" ass, and it was a bitch. I'll be honest. It was a huge pain to set up.
Let my enemies tremble at the
But
sound
now that
of
it's
my
done, it's quite
steps.
comfy. So,
I am your blade and shield. Caught by the web. As honor ordained. I shall not fail.
I move as if unseen. This tedium is beneath me, if it serves your cause. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey.
be the shot.
Understand your
Perfect.
Stop trying, monkey.
Let us walk this path
your
to
steps.
the end.
The main creature at your feet is still alive, as evidenced by its heavy breathing. It was a woman once, sporting clothes, cropped hair, and equipped for battle, but now her skin is shredded by the metal sticking out of her body in a dozen places. Body does not appear to have any external injuries. It has been made from inside out, as if her flesh was transmuted into metallic shapes that then burst out of her skin and turned her internal organs into a bloody sea. Some of her exposed bones have metallic gleam to them, while others still look natural. With a heavy jerk, the one raises her head, emerging from oblivion, focusing her gaze on you. Even in such a wretched state, her eyes still gleam with self-constant zest and subtle shrewdness. You, who are... that coat of iron rings a bell. Juan Valencius, and I was surprised to see you, as you may think. The one tries to salute you, but the metal cutting through her tendons has cost her the control of her fingers. Tanakia Caldervargaria, Inquisition Acolyte, by the grace of Lord Inquisitor Calcazar, the one epitaph on covert facility, whatever's left of it. I've been having trouble sleep lately. Oh, you mean the metal thing in my body? I have no idea. Looks like something has gone terribly wrong in the crypt. Her voice becomes serious and dry. The Auspex has detected some unknown radiation, and then everything went crazy. The Xenos didn't feel like sleeping in their coffins anymore, so they started trashing the place. And the pylon was standing next to suddenly grew a dozen tentacles, and one of them grazed me. I blacked out when I came to. I looked like I tried to get bird to a shuttle. At the facility, in the crypt, making preparations for the emergency launch of the operation's final stage. Or at least I hope so. Or else he's already dead. Now that I think about it, there are enough reasons to assume the latter. I guess you're still young if you don't know that in this world, whenever the big boys or girls say the word facility, that almost always means a colossal secret weapon capable of destroying worlds, and that's all you're going to get. It would be very disrespectful of me to spill a secret that so many have given their lives to protect. Have I sated your curiosity? Then I'd like my favorite return. There's a pack of EO in my breast pocket. Give me one, you can keep the rest. Feeling very generous today. Good. You're old enough to know what these are for, don't you? Stick one in the tube between my teeth and light up the other. Just make sure you do it the right way around. Tanakia gives you a long, piercing look, then speaks sadness audible in her voice. Straight, huh? Let's give it a try. They can shine to you for some reason. One day, Xavier decided to immortalize himself in history in a rather extravagant way. All for the Imperium's sake, of course, but then things didn't go as expected, even though we expected that they wouldn't. Now you better get far away from here, because whatever happens next, I doubt you're going to like it. Or, you can go down there if you have the guts. Maybe you'll immortalize yourself too. That's what I would do, but I'm insane, so I'm not the best example to follow. So, about that EO stick. You're a funny one. The Inquisition's secrets for a tube of EO. That wouldn't be something, wouldn't it? No deal. People say it's bad for your health. I'd better be careful. The list for the site is trying to whisper something about the shock beats, turning Verse into a gurgle. The body, mindless and desperate, is only prolonging the pointless agony by clinging to its last bleeding shreds of life.
Know your duty.
My success
Driven by the
was
imposing design of
inevitable.
these obelisks, the passage leads to a tomb intended for Xenos of a higher status. The elevator system leading to the deeper section crypt was installed a long time ago. It seems every vault is stamped with your dynastic coat of arms. Oh,
Let the faith
Theodora.
guide my path to glory.
What were you up to, girl? Barrier is barely holding. Prepare for defense. In the name of the Golden Throne, hold the line. The Xenos Knight lets out a clanging howl pretending imminent death.
Holy Xenonite is its own reward. I am the chosen weapon that will crush the heathens.
I have to be here to give her those.
Rejoice in service. The Emperor commands. And so shall it be done.
If it serves your cause. No weakness is hidden from my sight. If I must, fortune favors the swift.
I will not be deterred. And so shall it be done. Rejoice in service.
I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. This tedium is beneath me. If it serves your cause. I understand your intent. If I must. I am not your Xenos pet. Ancestors guide me.
Ooh.
Is a reward. The great sleep.
Oh.
You will pay an even greater price. I bring mercy and retribution. Let your soul be purged. As on. Trust me. As the tenants.
You will not undo me.
I shall not fail. The shadows will see it done. As honor ordains. I would that I could.
Reassemblement commencing. The dynasty will rise.
You will perish for this affront.
The dynasty
Tackled by the
will
web.
not undo me.
Point blank dodge. Okay.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? Step aside. The navigator is coming. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. I am a navigator, not a servitor.
High momentum.
The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all. by narrative of insignificant value. Request approved. The scriptural prognosis is faithful.
Me, if you insist, Lord Captain. I'll show you why navigators are feared.
A tactically sound approach. I will do my duty. Indeed. An exemplary strike. One few attack. Victory is imminent. It will be done. I will do my duty. It will be done.
Request approved. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all. Request.
That's right. You're not untouchable.
The analysis.
Ooh, you're really not untouchable.
At your beck and call. Victory is imminent. I will do my duty. I'm not interested.
Alright, Abelard, stack it up.
At your beck and call. Indeed.
Show him what flesh can do.
Victory is imminent.
Well, that's a lot of enemies over there. Oh, you're evening it out. That's nice.
The Emperor commands. Rejoice in service. I will not be deterred. I cannot comply. Rejoice in service.
High momentum.
Trust me, my blade whispers your name. Let your soul be heard, killing.
You will not undo me.
As honor ordained, my blade whispers your name.
Reassemblement commencing.
I can't allow myself to do this. May the Divine's will be done!
Fortune favors the swift.
Okay.
If it serves your cause. No weakness is hidden from my sight. I understand your intent. That is beneath me. I will not. This tedium is beneath me. If it serves your cause. Fortune favors the swift.
The great sleep is over. You will not undo me.
The undying Emperor whispers his will.
Reassemblement commencing.
Caught by the web. My blade whispers your name. Let your soul be purged. This goes against the tenets. Trust, let your soul be purged. The shadows will come. The other side awaits.
Time for our return. Insignificant.
I have read tomes of military tactics. If only that were possible. If I may.
At your beck and call. I will do my duty.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around, as duty demands.
Reassemblement commencing.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
My vow is to serve. Neutral problem is an equation. Your life is a negligible variable. Quest approved. And successfully
Pascal! He just doesn't care!
The Messiah knows all. Small.
He said, oh, you were supposed to live?
Indeed.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
At your beck and call. It will be done. Victory is imminent. At your beck and call.
The Emperor, your corrupt way has failed you. And so shall it be done. Rejoice in service. And so shall it be done.
If I may.
I took care of this one.
Alright.
May my wrath be thy undoing.
Request approved. My vow is to serve. Request approved.
Who's the real Death Mark? But I don't think Pascal cares.
If I must. I understand your intent. I hear you moving. No more.
Oh, you got the person behind him.
No weakness is hidden from my sight. I shall not let your soul be purged. As honor ordains, my blade whispers your name. Trust me. As honor ordains. Trust me. As honor ordains.
You will not undo me.
No. Trust me. Caught by the web. I shall not fail. By the web. Killing brings me no pleasure.
I am a navigator, not a servant. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Running binary override. The Omnissiah.
38%. What a guy.
Follow my lead. It will be done. That's not the Seneschal's job. At your beck and call. Reduced to dust. Victory is imminent.
Your end is nigh. The Emperor commands.
colossal warrior's formidable underframe could no longer bear his weight. With armor plates clanging, his great bulk slumps. A deep sound full of rage and tragic despair is born in his chest. He noticed the convulsion in the Xenos limbs. The light is flickering in his eyes. Perhaps something went wrong during the monster's awakening from stasis, damaging his engrams and plunging him into madness. Xenos ties up the piercing howl out. There is no fear in these sounds, only the stubbornness of a true warrior with a touch of regret at his defeat. A terrible rumble comes from somewhere deep inside the crypt. As soon as the green fire goes out in the fallen warrior's eyes, the glow that glyphs upon the walls begin to chaotic, and disarrayed. I try to combine the words. Something just broke irreparably in this crypt.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
Deactivate the shield. The Lord Inquisitor is expecting the rogue trader below. I don't know what the hell you guys are
spearhead
thinking.
of the Imperium. Let me help.
Integrity factor increased.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Epitaph. Epitaph. Okay. Oh. What the hell? Reality bubbles before you and bursts with an agonizing shriek. A few silhouettes now stand in your way. 3 of them seem to have your face, and yet the differences are striking. Each has been marked by other accomplishments and different experiences, make you feel like the protagonist of a tale about a twin separated at birth. Emperor, bestow strength upon me to smite yet another obstacle as I carry out your will. You are sentient creatures and not mere eidolons. I suggest you back down without a fight. I did not come here to claim your lives. My master, changer of ways, is this your making? No, I could feel it as not. You are not playing tricks on me. You are setting me prey for a great sacrifice. These are just heretic, iconoclast, dogmatic. We shall fight. I sense your soul's greedy interest in what is hidden in this crypt, and I will not allow you to take possession of this blasphemous thing. I'm afraid we have no choice but to fight. What is hidden on this world imperils millions of lives for which I am responsible. For their sake, I will crush any opponent, unless you all retreat it without a fight. But I see we are outnumbered compared to you, Doppelganger. I think it would be wise to join forces, topple you first, and then resolve the conflict between those who have survived. Indeed, rogue traders are doomed to forever feud with one another, such is the power of that poison called ambition that seeps from our
The
warrens.
impure cannot escape their fate.
You'll regret standing against me.
It looks like we have Argenta the Scourge, Avalar the Virtuous, and Adira the Insidious. So the way that they start off each one. Cabello, prove you're more religious. Avalar, prove you're better than your evil clone.
This is beyond me.
I'll give you a bonus with these guys.
Actions will speak louder than words. Rejoice in service. And so
Start by
it
burning
shall
him.
be done.
Bloodied, but still standing.
I will not be deterred.
Your soul be purged. Trust me. As honor or my blade whispers your cleanses let your soul be purged. As the faith shields me. Endure.
Increase our cover efficiency.
The Emperor commands.
What is this foreboding?
Evil Adira.
Just a minor.
Ooh, Avalar is not the greatest against psychic damage.
If it serves your cause.
You can shoot the heretic. That would be pretty cool.
This tedium is beneath me. If it serves your cause. If I must. I understand your intent. I am not your Xenos pet. Fortune favors the swift.
No foe too great.
Okay, you're melee build. Oh, demonopathy.
My ears are ringing.
I'll endure this. Forward. One step ahead.
Not this time.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. I'm not accustomed to being ordered
Avalar,
around.
stop bleeding. You're making us look bad.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. If I may.
It will be done. Indeed.
A 2% chance to hit.
I will do my duty.
Nah, you gotta go.
Give me strength. Isn't this a job for the serfs? Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
The shadows will see it done. I shall not by the web. As honor or blade
Cleanses the body from the ashes.
let your soul be purged.
Alright, please tell me you get this one down.
As the tenet
Yes.
is a blessing.
Momentum.
We don't need Argent to start off. Alright,
Let the blood
get rid of the righteous.
be shed as thou hast willed.
No, you're not gonna be able to do that forever. I know you can only do that. Really? What? His dodge is just 100%, but I guess that's everything? Oh, she literally can't touch him.
An offer.
Time to prove my...
Oh my god, all the extra turns.
Victory is imminent. It will be done.
Okay.
Exploiters know one route. Forward. My vow is to serve.
I don't even know who I will be able to get down at this rate.
Request denied. Running binaric override. The scriptural prognosis is favorable. Request approved. I venerate you, machine spirit. Combat is an equation. Your line is
My base is at the fore.
What? Oh my goodness. Okay.
Actions will speak louder than words. And so shall it be done. Rejoice in service.
The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all. Request I venerate you, machine spirit.
And so shall it be done.
Brace yourself, Avalon!
Rejoice in service.
Oh my goodness. Why did he run away? That doesn't make any sense.
I am a navigator, not a servitor. If I may,
I've suffered worse.
Try to survive.
me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
I will not be deterred.
Just a minor setback.
Actions will speak louder than words.
Yet,
Oh, he might die just from the start of his turn. Good.
Death
You.
comes in silence.
Why is it a 0? Alright, fuck it.
As honor ordains. Trust me,
We're gonna get rid of somebody.
the shadows, my blade whispers your name. As the tenants come, the other side awaits. As honor ordains.
Why did I not foresee this?
There is only death, yours or mine.
Alright. They'll burn to death.
indeed. At your beck and call. It will be done. Victory is imminent.
Advancing. The scriptural prognosis is favorable. My vow is to serve. Request approved. Vulnerability analysis successful. I venerate you, machine spirit.
Now revert to more conservative
To all
tactics.
who oppose us. Let my enemies tremble at the sound of my steps. I am
Bella,
but a
go get that
vessel
girl.
of iron.
The hero cannot be part of this game anymore.
I shall not fail. Trust me. The shadows will see it done.
Can I fall back now?
Now,
Trust me.
You never felt pain like this.
As honor ordains. Killing brings me no pleasure. Trust me. I shall not.
Is that my blood?
yes.
As honor ordains. Trust me. Death is a blessing.
The only person who could probably do it.
The Emperor commands. Rejoice in service.
Heavy is the tread of his faithful. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
I will not tolerate.
It normally shows that you can shoot them, but it's not for this person for some reason. 0% chance.
This tedium is beneath me.
Is this just the
If I must.
psychic powers only way
I
to
am
kill
not
this
your
person because they are
seamless
the most
monkey.
dodgy plant person on the planet? Like, I get that's what I do to people, but come on now. Yeah, they just dodge everything. Oh, this is a insta hit.
I defy you.
Wow.
Matched. Fight your weakness.
Suffering is part of the trial.
Be careful not to cross my gaze. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. Do not dare ask.
I will leave footprints of scarlet. As honor ordains.
Alright.
I feel nothing. Fear
That's
nothing.
all I can do right now.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
Activate calculated fury algorithm. The order is contrary to dogmatic protocols.
I understand your intent.
I am a navigator, not a servitor. If I may.
I like this.
You insist, Lord Captain.
No.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
This tedium is beneath me.
A dance of blades and shadows. Trust me. As honor ordains.
Even that.
Explorators know one route. Forward. Running binary override. The
That.
spectral prognosis is favorable.
Even with it crushed like that, what is the... All exploits, dodge, parry, and armor by minus 15 plus exploits removed times 2. So even with like a 27, 29 reduction, it's still 100. That hit.
As the tactical imperative dictates. Request approved.
So much for this attack always hits, huh?
High momentum.
I am not your Xenos pet.
Just
monkey.
burn.
Your corrupt way has failed.
What a pain.
Let us walk this path to the end.
Excuse me. back up here. Or something there. Okay. Level up. 2 ranks. Might as well get that. Running out of good things to get. Let's see. We do. I'm down to light the wire on what's left on these people. Of that. Okay, that's a good start.
Sometimes you consult the appropriate treatise on Tactica Imperialis, and
We function as one.
this wound will make a fine scar.
You cannot trick death. It will claim me one day.
Careful now. Let's patch you up.
You have offered me another chance.
This wound will make a fine scar.
I must thank you.
Let me help.
Your aid will not be forgotten.
Easy Inferno. Power level inflicted damage. For every 2 creatures suffering burning combat, the power level of this step is increased by +1, and the willpower bonus is increased by +2. Nothing there. And nothing there. Alright. We also got armor from them. This 10 agility is pretty strong. Regains for 1 round, then we got at least 3 cells per turn. That's just overall better on the dodge chance. Alright. New staff and new piece of chest gear for him. Something.
Marching on.
Okay.
A
Research
trivial
always
task.
interests you appear in your mind from the words open the pocket repository. Whenever the word ally uses following ally deals, or use a psychic power, they can trigger one of the following. 50% chance to reduce the AP cost and decrease failed degradation by -2. 45% chance to form the psychic power as usual. 25% chance to increase failed degradation by +3 and reset the cooldown of their attack. Failed degradation is increased to 15 or beyond. This effect triggers failed warp even when using minor. That's rough.
The Divine watches over us.
God grants me insight.
For Inquisitor, we are progressing according to plan. Our troops have already reached the target. Man, Necrons don't look great when they have to fight a melee. Oh, they got swarmed.
Know your duty.
Okay. Where gains a 0% chance to ignore. What is that based off of? Unyielding beacon stacks.
With each step, I forge my destiny among the stars.
Morak.
The has for some reason attract your attention.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
Man, the Inquisition's really clearing up. But she's the one who gets that, right? Yielding beacon. Oh. Yielding beacon. That you? Ah. Oh man, I got the wrong person. him having a chance to just flat ignore damage. Well, let's look at it. I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out what's his max. Up to a maximum of plus 15. Was so only a 15% chance. We'll keep it just because I think it's still a little bit better than that book. Where single attacks gain +10 damage for each negative effect on the target.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
Yeah. See that.
I am your shadow. Just as he ordained. Follow the threads.
Let us walk this path to the end.
Blood is my life. Death is my duty.
Get a little squabbly. Oh, there's one on each side. Epitaph.
The divine watches over us.
I see that you did not heed my warning, Ignatius. Your decision to come here in spite of them may have consequences, but we still have a chance to turn it to everyone's advantage if your lordship listens to me very carefully. With all due respect to you, Lord Inquisitor, I shall ask you to refrain from any further threats directed toward the blessed rogue trader, lest you face repercussions for me. How courteous of you to warn me, Master Worsarian. I will remember your words. Exactly what my duty dictates, saving the Imperium. Isn't it obvious? We call it a shard, and yes, you have noted quite aptly it is the reason I am here. This contract contains an ancient, or rather a pre-ancient being of cosmic power. They are called the Satan. The entity is currently trying to escape, and I am here to collar it. Kalkazar nods at the giant device whose design clearly points to having been brought into the crypt from outside. No one in the world is capable of taming the power of the true Ynir, the Star Devourers, and if you think even a small imprisoned part of one of them is going to yield to you, you are mad, monkey, mad and short-sighted. Do you mean to say that a human is not capable of such a feat? But I am not just a human. I am an instrument of the Emperor's will. One of many, and the Imperium is omnipotent. If I were to fail, another would follow my footsteps. That is how the humanity makes the possible with the hands of particular people in particular circumstances. Your skepticism is unwarranted. Over my years of service, I've come to realize that the main problem that humanity faces in this war isn't the imbalance of power. Our opponents are not races or nations, but incomprehensible monsters. It is a high time we acquire one of our own. My yoke will bind this creature and make it a chained guard serving the Emperor. Absolutely no fucking way. That is not the full extent of my vision. There are other shards similar to this one scattered across the galaxy. I plan on seeking them out and confining all of them inside the yoke. Each conquered monstrosity will bolster our defenses. Fear. I hear nothing but fear in your words. It was fear that made you believe that His grace alone is not enough to stand against the rising tide of darkness. It was fear that convinced you to seek salvation in the abyss of Xenos filth. You are no guardian of the Imperium. You are just a greedy old coward. Given the circumstance of our meeting, I do not see why I should hide anything. I seriously doubt you'll share this information with anyone else for one reason or another. I need a remarkably strong force to keep my Xenos allies in check. The Emperor's animals were just the weapon I was looking for, except considering the sensitive nature of my operation. I couldn't very well risk requesting aid from my allies in the Death Watch, could I? And then I remembered an old debt owed to me by a Space Wolves great company, so I decided to call in a favor. They were an asset at first. The Wolves helped me close the dimensional gate by overwhelming its security systems. I tasked them with hunting the Xenos contend by your mares. But eventually they started prying, and that was unacceptable. I could control Thorvald by giving more tempting targets, but the baleful Howl Pack. They raided an outpost where my agents had been meeting with the Drukhari. The pack took prisoners but lost the esteemed brother Ulfar. I hoped they would give their all to the search, but instead the wolves forced their system coordinates out of the captives and came crashing down on my head. They had no gate to transport them, they used nothing but their warp engines. Thankfully they realized their situation too late, so Tanakia managed to neutralize them. Thanks to your predecessor, I arrived in the Expanse at the call of the Empire Explorative Fleet to deal with Archmagos Amernat's heresy. But I came quickly to the realization that the Coronis Expanse problem ran much deeper than tech heresy, unprecedented piracy running wild, blatant smuggling of Xeno artifacts, willful and impetuous rogue creators, and growing threat of the ruinous powers, all this in a region that the Drukhari considered their domain. Frankly, I considered purging the entire Expanse. It would have been much easier to burn down this whole tangle of threats and corruption, but the web of spies that I woven presented me with a much more interesting and radical solution. While investigating Amernat's connections, I turned my eye to Theodora, who ultimately gave me the shard. Theodora's instincts were uncanny. She spent decades hunting for a key that could open the dimensional gate, as if she knew there was something incredible waiting for her on the other side. Her ladyship was lucky enough to discover the shard during one of her expeditions, a trophy that was too much for her to handle. Archmagos Amernat studied it on Theodora's behalf, creating weapons in exchange for access to the dangerous relic, but the research was too primitive and unambitious compared to the true power contained inside the shard. I had one of my own acolytes, Sanakia, send her spies to Theodora. They integrated the rogue creative retinue and her trust and reported me about this magnificent object. The rest was trivial. I seized Epitaph and laid down the conditions of our further coexistence. She was wise enough to concede defeat with dignity. I commenced Operation Precious Sentinel. I left the garrison on Epitaph, took the key to the dimensional gate from Theodora, sealed the gate, and started the creation of the yoke. I kept Theodora and her heirs in my sights just in case. Not long before her death, I assigned Heinrichs to her and ordered her to rendezvous with him on Rykab Minoris. But your lordship inherited him instead. I admit, I wasn't aware of you. Theodora managed to keep her secret heir up her sleeve. In the old days, House von Valantis would declare war over something like this, and fought until the offender was dead. The containment device similar to this one, except better. The yoke was devised by the brightest minds of two races using the ancient wisdom of a long-gone Xeno civilization. A prison capable not only of holding the Satan shard, but also controlling it while releasing fractions of its being. An instrument of obedience and destruction, a masterpiece whose creation required immense effort. It was made on Euphrates II. I captured Amernat's student Axiomantha, and she passed all of her mentor's drafts to me, and the one overseeing the process was none other than your acquaintance, the tech priest Cubus Delphum. His fall was regrettable. It seems that the unorthodox daring things he did at my behest drove him to break his vows and sink into heresy, but the human mind could never comprehend the shard alone. And thus I appealed to the inhuman mind. I struck a deal with the Drukhari. Theft of sacraments and secrets of the Adeptus Mechanicus registered, inciting a devout tech priest to commit heresy registered. Blasphemous merging of sacred technology with forbidden ones registered. Further transgression registration discontinued. The drill in Pascal's mechadendrite screeches in fury. Alas, the operation demanded it. Though the agents of my acolytes, Emelina, I contacted Archon Ramirez and made a pact. I gave her access to the technologies contained within this relic and destroyed her rivals in the Cabal. She would relay information on their raids to my spies, and I would solve the problem. In exchange, her homunculus, Tervantius, forged the yoke for me. Of course, I did not let him near the shard itself, but rather set up a laboratory for him on Quetzal Timor. It was safer that way. All the pieces were contributing to my plan, but none had enough information to comprehend the entirety of it. That's the bunker we found, Tervantius said. That they were like, this is built by Imperium standards. As well as complicated, perfected creations of a race much older than the Drukhari. It is no mere object, but a treasure trove of technology. A wise master could uncover many secrets simply by observing it. Trust me, your lordship, the threat of the alien pales in comparison to the posed by the ruinous power. Your Maris could plunder 1,000 worlds, but she is no Erlon the Cruel. She was a danger to her own kin as she was to the Imperium. The disruption she caused among the Drukhari was only to our benefit. She intended to trigger a powerful disjunction in Cameron, thereby destroying her rivals and elevating her own cabal in the process. Knowing full well how precarious her grand plan was, I made no attempt to talk her out of it. With the little luck we would have need worry about Cameron's influence. This new information about a pact combined with the astral observation data collected in the star system resolved inconsistencies identified earlier. Unit Xavier Calcazar stands accused of stealing the astrographic records of the Cognizant Fleet. I am amazed by your analytical prowess. Yes, I needed stars to feed the shards. The Cabal of the Reaping Tempest could steal them and bring them here, but it was imperative to preserve the exact energy parameter so as to not trigger the object's premature detonation. I have procured the necessary information on suitable stars from the Explorer Fleet's data scriptorium. Registering Category 1 Blasphemy. Unit Xavier Calcazar is hereby sentenced to intravenous dissection and study. Upon the cessation of vital function, the unit's remains must be disposed of in disgrace. Well noted. Yes, I acted as their executioner. As regrettable as those losses were, however, to overestimate their importance to the Imperium would have been folly. Every single day, humanity pays a far more terrible price, and that must be brought to an end. There was no more need for them, seeing as the yoke was almost complete, the situation was escalating out of control. Theodore was dead, the cult of Final Dawn had reared its head and was preparing to strike, and Ramirez had forgotten her place. She was putting forward too many elimination requests. And when I told her to curb her appetite, she retaliated. The theft of the Rycat star was timed to occur when Master Van Calix would be on the planet. The Archon wanted me to rob me of one of my agents, send a message. And then that Coronis expanse was a golden flame. I had to rush the operation and declared sector-wide martial law. The webbing gate the Ramirez soldiers had been using was destroyed and the facility on Quetzal Timor razed. I evacuated the half of the yoke that Tervantius had completed, but it was too late to retrieve the second half from Euphrates. Cubist Delphin revealed to Eurolon the Cruel where he should strike, and that almost felt the end of Operation Precious Sentinel. I appreciate your efforts in resolving this problem. In fact, you turned out to be much more useful than Theodora ever was. You have come so far in pursuit of answers, it would be too cruel to leave your curiosity unsatisfied. Not at all. Operation Precious Sentinel is in its final stages. The increase in Xeno activity is a vexing yet trivial deployment in the grand scheme of things. They were supposed to guard the device, but they slept through the intrusion, and only Catan's shard emanations could make them stir. Even the freaking Necrons know this isn't right. Theodore's research destabilized the shard's prison, and my project only made it worse. Whenever particles of the Satan shard's energy seeped out, many curious phenomena occurs. The destruction of the crypt, the warped reality. When I tame the monster, I will order it to stop disrupting the laws of the universe. And that brings us to the most interesting part of our conversation. You know my plan, so now I want to know yours. Will you admit that I am the right and join me in this undeniably vicious act, or will you try to stop me? I will be upfront with you. If it is the latter, I'll be forced to remove you, but I'm sure you realize that already. That's the second time you have threatened the Lord Captain. The Inquisitor nods calmly. There is not a shred of hatred or disappointment on his face. Farewell then. Glad to have made your acquaintance, Ignatius, despite everything. Eliminate the rogue traitor.
Grovel before the faithful.
I will take you down.
Alright. I don't like that.
And so shall it be done. Actions will speak louder than words. And so shall it be done.
As the tenets, let your soul be purged. Trust me. Blade whispers your name. Caught by the web. Let your soul be purged. The shadows will see it done. Trust me. Caught by the web.
The Emperor gives this warning to all who oppose us. Power resides in the will of the righteous.
We're gonna get rid of these people as quickly as possible.
As the tenets demand.
Get this in our favor.
Trust me. Let your soul be purged. As honor, my blade whispers your name. I shall not let your soul be purged. The shadow killing brings me no pleasure, as the tenets demand. Trust me, the blade whispers your name. As honor or death, caught by the web. Let your soul be purged. My blade whispers your name. I shall caught by the web. Trust me, blade whispers your name. Let your soul be purged.
You never stop burning.
I will not be deterred.
You trigger that.
I cannot comply. My faith strengthens me.
Caught by the web.
Follow my lead.
Ow.
Let's make it quick.
My blade whispers your name.
Why do they want him dead?
Time to redouble our efforts. Let's get to it.
Oh my god, he has keep your distance.
If it serves your cause. An unworthy soul. I understand your intent. If I must. If it serves your cause. This tedium is beneath me. Ancestors guide me.
Here we go. Hold on.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
I understand your intent. If I must. Fortune favors the swift.
The damage.
If it serves your cause. No weakness is hidden from my sight.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? Me. If you insist, Lord Captain, as the duty demands.
I don't want you guys to keep having turns.
I'll paint your death in colors.
I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. This tedium is beneath me. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. If I must. I understand your intent. I'll deal death with my hands. This tedium is beneath me. Another soul slips beyond the veil. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey.
Oh, come on.
If I must. I hear you moving. No
Clean up the
more.
turn order. Reduce the amount of people shooting at me.
Another soul slips beyond the veil. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. Fortune favors the swift.
Much better. One, two. Okay.
It will be done. Grey hair, sure hand. Indeed. It will be done. I will do my duty. It will be done. At your beck and call. Indeed. I will do my duty. I've suffered worse. Victory.
Yes. Alright.
and so shall it be done. Rejoice in service!
High momentum.
Yeah, shoot him again.
Pay with your blood in the name of Kaela Mensha Kane!
That should help.
This tedium is beneath me.
You'll never stop burning. Your armor and dodge has been reduced. Half your retinue is already dead.
No weakness is hidden from my sight.
And you've only been able to take out my tech trees. I feel good about this fight.
Favors the swift.
I also think this might be the last one.
I can't allow myself to do this. Weapon at the ready.
You will pay an even greater price.
Yeah, that's cool.
If it serves your cause. My exile has not ended yet. I move swiftly to strike. This tedium is beneath me. I'll deal
That's all right.
death with my hands. If it serves your cause. If I must. If it serves your cause. This tedium is beneath me. I understand your intent. I am not your Xenos pet, No weakness is hidden from my sight.
I have read tomes of military tactics. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
I am your blade and shield. The shadows are done. Trust me. As the tenants demand.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
An exemplary strike.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
A tactically sound approach. At your beck and call. Indeed. At your beck and call. I will do my duty. At your beck and call. Grey hair, sure hand. Pain and duty go hand in hand. Victory is imminent.
Another stack of fire.
Actions will speak louder than words.
Another trigger there.
Trust me.
High momentum.
Caught by the web.
You don't want to keep swinging at her.
The undying Emperor whispers his will. Let your soul be purged. Caught by the web. My blade whispers your name.
That's just where he goes for his final scene. I was gonna say, if this is some phase 2 shit, I'm not gonna be super happy about that.
Trust me, death is a blessing.
Easy peasy.
No. It is too early. The yoke must be activated, or all is lost.
Billions of lives have been lost already, Calcazar. Why did we let him do that?
Impure Xenos, I will drown you in your own screams.
Drowning of mortals matters not.
15,000, huh? Agility is reduced. Okay, that's not too bad. Alright.
I won't suffer this. The Emperor commands. And so it shall be done.
You start by setting them on fire.
In service.
And then making it so that they can't ever stop being on fire. And then you increase the damage of that fire.
I cannot comply. And so shall it be done. The Emperor commands.
Death comes in silence. The shadows will see it done. As the tenement demand, I shall let your soul be purged.
Yep. Already destroyed copy.
If it serves your cause. This tedium is beneath me. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. I understand.
I'm pretty
your
sure we don't
intent.
want these shards to stay.
If I must. If it serves your cause.
A providence cannot.
I am not your Xenos pet.
I will leave footprints of scarlet, as honor ordains. The shadows will see it done, as honor ordains. I shall not fail, as honor ordains. My blade whispers your name. Caught by the web.
That's one.
As the tenets demand. As honor ordained.
Thought you were done with me, didn't you?
Trust me. As honor ordained.
Cannot damage a star.
High momentum.
Emperor, give me strength. I'll show you why navigators are feared.
A dance of blades and shadows.
Right.
As the tenets demand. The shadows will see it done.
Keep solving problems for me.
Caught by the web. As honor ordains. Let your soul be purged. As the tenets demand. Caught by the web. Trust me. Killing brings me no pleasure. I shall not fail. As honor ordains. The shadows caught by the web.
Step aside. The navigator is coming. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
It will be done. At your beck and call. Indeed. Victory is imminent.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. If I may.
threads of purpose unraveling.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Get in the
Tried and
box.
tested tactics are the best ones. I will do my duty. It will be done. At your beck and call. Indeed. It will be done. At your beck and call. It will be done. Brace yourself, Abelard.
Oh, he swaps us with the shards.
Just a minor setback.
That's not a problem. It's an annoyance, but not a problem.
Running binaric override. My vow is to solve that equation. Your life is a negligible variable. The Omnissiah knows all. Echoes of time to their last. Running binaric override. I am a savant of destruction. The threads of purpose are unraveling. Flesh is weak, yet iron knows no pain.
Actions will speak louder than words. And so shall it be done.
Advancing. Request approved. Running binary.
Rejoice in service.
He's still there.
Just designate a
Looks like he is,
target.
because his shards are all gone.
I understand your intent. If it serves your cause. This tedium is beneath me. If I must. I understand your intent. I am not your Xenos pet monkey. Fortune favors the swift. This tedium is beneath me. No weakness is hidden from my sight.
I am your blade and shield. Trust me, as the tenets demand, as honor ordains.
Moment of integrity.
My blade whispers your name.
Opponents cannot damage a stone.
Trust me.
Wow, his armor is 0.
I feel nothing. Fear nothing.
Be careful not to cross my gaze. I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Keep building up those stacks.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
A fleeting moment of integrity. Gone.
My place is at the fore. I will do my duty. At your beck and call. Victory is imminent. At your beck and call.
This cannot damage a star.
Help me, Lord Captain!
Disturb the slumber of infinity. The Shire knows all, comprehends all. My vow is to serve. Request approved as an equation. Your life is a negligible variable. Ability analysis. Successful.
And so it shall be done.
Fall, creatures! Ancestors guide me.
Fleeting moment of integrity. Gone.
If I must.
We are debuffing him to hell right now.
I understand your intent. No weakness is hidden from my sight. I am not your Xenos pet. Ancestors guide me.
The Emperor commands.
The threats of purpose so unraveling.
And so shall it be done. Rejoice in service!
If it serves your cause. This tedium is beneath me. If I must. I understand your intent. If it serves your cause. I am not your Xenos pet. No weakness is hidden from my sight.
Cannot damage a star.
If I must. Fortune favors the swift.
I'm gonna work on it though.
As honor ordained. Called by the web.
Unraveling.
Trust me. As honor ordained.
Moment of integrity.
I shall not say my blade whispers your name. Caught by the web.
Look at all those minuses. 144 damage of fire, 107 warp, 23 bleeding. Shaitan suffers minus 10 deflection, minus 50% armor for each act of structural vulnerability. There's 3, so I'm guessing those are the shards.
The shadows will be done.
Cannot damage a star.
I will not die in dishonor.
way. Isn't this a job for the serfs? I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Trust me. As the tenant's blade whispers your name.
At least I see you. You will be released. Erased, sorry. Oh, we have more copies.
Caught by the web. Let your soul be purged.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Indeed. At your beck and call. I will do my duty. Victory is imminent. An exemplary strike.
Caught by the web. My blade whispers your name.
What else but a canvas of paradoxes?
Oh, energy.
Martyrdom is the rule. Running binaric override. That is an equation. Your life is a negligible variable. Fractured echoes beckon. Knowledge is negligible.
Actions will your corrupt way has failed you. I will not be deterred. The Emperor commands.
Another soul slips beyond the veil.
I am but a vessel for the higher purpose.
As honor ordains. The shadows will see it done. Trust me. I would that I could. Let your soul be purged. My blade whispers your name. Caught by the web. Let your soul be purged. As the tenants caught by the web. As honor ordains. I shall not. As honor ordains. The shadow will see it done.
I approach the designated position. I understand your intent.
Seriously?
Death comes in silence. As honor ordains. My blade whispers your name. Death is a blessing. Come, the other side awaits.
Alright. Spooky stuff gone.
As the tenants demand. I shall not.
A fleeting moment of integrity.
My blade whispers your name. The shadows will sort by the web. Killing brings me no pleasure.
Another shard down.
The singularity of annihilation.
Trust me. Caught by the web. An offering of blood.
Doomed by the void. Creatures to die the next round unless someone takes their place.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Indeed. It will be done. At your beck and call. I will do my duty.
If I may. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Moment of integrity. Gone.
In the name of House Orcelio, I prevail.
Was not quite much.
Shall start. Entropy whispers through my existence. Integrity failure detected.
It will be done. Indeed. Victory is imminent. It will be done. At your beck and call. Pain and certainty go hand in hand.
See their last.
I've suffered worse.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all. Running binary, I venerate you, machine spirits. Are your legs are failing? The world of centuries is faster than light.
You have fought
strike.
Shattered divinity.
Rejoice in service.
A fleeting moment of integrity.
Actions will speak louder than words. I will not be deterred. Indeed.
Abelard.
Brace yourself, Abelard. This is beyond me. I can't allow myself to do this. The Emperor commands. Through pain
Oh,
and
got
hardship,
it.
we prove our devotion.
The ancient monster struggles against the energy manacles of the yoke. It is impossible powers that make reality itself burst at the seams are now being forced into a combat dungeon, quart by quart, returning it to a cruel and painful non-existence in the moment. It could struggle harder, but something is hindering it. You are the cause of these hindrances. Only now does the Catan Shard turn its focus to you, for the battle is nothing more than the reflexive resistance of an alien mind absorbed in a completely different range of thoughts and responses. But now, it is thinking about you. And its thoughts are so corporeal that you can sense them and know them. It seeks an end to the confrontation. It is capable of resolving it in a way that will benefit all. More and more tears appear all over the shard's form. As the yoke absorbs its power, it becomes increasingly harder for the shard to maintain its physical structure. Each imperfection you inflict brings the Star Predator closer to imprisonment. And yet another layer of reality cracks. A figure appears before you. Her. After giving you a probing and appraising look, Theodore permits herself a slight smile. Your strike leaves another fracture on its ethereal body, forcing the Catan to expend one more grain of its attention on maintaining its physical form. And that's all it takes for its power to start flowing into Yoke in an endless stream. The ancient monstrosity lets out an enraged howl, for this is the second time in eternity that its freedom is being usurped in so forceful a fashion. As you stand before the Yoke controls, you gaze upon it. Possibly the greatest instrument of destruction in the history of your race, the key that unlocks the gates of the nigh unfettered heights of power, a weapon. The cogitator block that was designed to transmit orders to the imprisoned Catan shattered in pieces. It is a weapon no longer, merely a prison. That's right. Completed the game on daring or difficulty or above, you finished the game. The Catan Shard was destroyed. The shadow calamity threatened the Coronis expanse. Should the ancient god ever be unshackled, had been lifted, at least for a time. Gazing upon the drained and crippled worlds, the Rogue Trader saw innumerable opportunities for the growth of his dynasty. From the ashes of decades of relative peace, a new ambitious power was set to rise. Pulled between various forces that were desperate to control the rogue critter, his lordship managed to walk the fine line between fanaticism, heresy, and becoming a heartless monster. Each force was either an ally or an enemy, but none were his master. Ignatius served only himself and his dynasty. Everything else was either a resource or a trophy. Having lost its leader and lacking a worthy successor, the Chorda dynasty began to weaken. The grim legacy of the abominable Aspis revealed itself, and the protectorate fell into chaos. Grasping claimants tore the defenseless immense apart. Resisting the temptations that besieged Caligos returned to his domain and began to piece together the shattered remains of his protectorate. Until his dying day, his actions and thoughts were dedicated to saving abandoned worlds and protecting survivors. Alas, he was not able to achieve much in the time he was allotted. He breathed his last breath on the same throne that he refused to leave for decades, adamantly refusing all methods that restore mobility and power to his legs. The cult of St. Drusus continued its indefatigable struggle to spread the faith around the expanse and expose the foul transgressions of the authorities. The stronger and wealthier a planet was, the less its rulers wanted to see the black crowd creatures. Riots and assassinations pushed the cult to the place where it felt it was most confident, the frontier. Iron and Mr. LaRosso remained the most revered priest in the cult of St. Drusus. He turned away no one, hearing confessions from pirates, bilge rats, deserters, and beggars alike. It might have been one of those undeserving wretches who infected him with the rare form of leprosy that robbed him of his sight. Yet his art could always see the corruption in the souls of his repenting children. In the following years, the cognizant fleet slowly and deliberately left the explored systems of the Expanse for the furthermost remote regions. Observation stations and claimed worlds were abandoned, and even Euphrates II became derelict. Statistical divination warned the fleet's conclave of the grim events awaiting the Expanse, and they decided to deliver their fellows from the coming storm. Yet they did not share the truth with the lay people. The schism of discontinuing the cycle engulfed the entire Cognizant's fleet, and soon the Civil War was over. Disregarding the commandments of their forefathers, the explorers stared down a dangerous path of new comprehension, creation, and revision of procedures and algorithms. The fleet was united once more, and in its unity, it was ready to stare down any horror standing in the way of the catechism of maintenance and operation. Magus Dominus Opticon 22, one of the first to hail the return of the Messiah, took the helm of the Mother Squadron of the Cognizant's fleet. Unquestioningly embracing the teaching of discontinuing the cycle, he personally saw to the crushing of any renegades who did not accept the Messiah's word as truth, and earned himself the identifier Chrome Scourge. The crisis in the Expanse dealt a serious blow to the business interests of the Fellowship of the Void. Having no powerful allies, they retreated into the darkness of frontier systems. The hard life they faced there forged them into a new tribe. Furious, wild, and willing to do anything for survival, they swore to return and retake what had once been taken from them. For many years, old Ryza presided over the captains of the Fellowship. At the end of her life, she once again took the helm of his ship and led an unprecedented attack on the Mother Squadron of Cognizant's fleet, during which the attackers managed to siege a desert transport ship loaded with the Omnissiah's sacred gifts. Violence throughout the Expanse put many on their guard, and as a result, the Casablanca's mission business declined. Soon, rumors surfaced about the coal traders about a so-called commission that had made it through the Maw and into the Expanse. Its purpose was to audit assets and take measures to restructure operation. These words carried with them an ominous threat. Ladam Takara's Legion of Footfall survived 14 assassination attempts and thwarted no less than 2,000 schemers before a shot finally took his life. The esteemed Legion's funeral was held in great secrecy, with only his closest entourage being permitted to view his corpse, which spawned some peculiar rumors. The Imperial Navy was wary of the rise of the Von Valancius. They saw themselves as dogs guarding the flock of the Emperor's subject, and there was a new master of the pack. Therefore, the dynasty was watched with the utmost diligence in the utmost fear that one day they would have to go to war against the rogue traitor. Chartist Captain Austerius Thorfast founded the Thorfast and Companions Merchant Company, excelling in trade and acquiring a substantial escort fleet. After 3 decades, he traveled to the Maw to return to the Imperium in hopes of obtaining the fabled warrant of trade. It is not known how this venture ended. The Argonas continued to grow for 2 decades until a terrifying rebellion put a decisive end to its prosperity. A genetic unbound. Oh, I never did solve the Gene Stealer cult. Millions were exterminated, purges, and street battles destroyed many hives, setting Dargona's back century and depriving it of its chance to become the capital of the Expanse. Kieva Gamma washed off the stain of its former defilement and became known as pious and productive world. Hard work and inquisitive study of the mysteries of technology glorified the Deus Mechanicus. It grew and manufacturers were founded until disturbing reports started to trickle many years later. It seemed that someone secret had taken control of the colony, shrouded in a tangle of conspiracy. Neither inquiries nor threats to tech priests or executions helped. Someone in the shadows was weaving the web and making secret plans. Janus was conquered. The Xenospirits were exorcised and the wilderness was subdued. The fields grew until they covered the entire planet. Billions of tons of provisions were harvested there. Janus had become the breadbasket of the Expanse, and to threaten it would be to condemn millions to starvation. The nobility of the Expanse appreciated the idyllic conditions of the pearl-like paradise world. White castles rose above the agri-complexes, and their mud and the shining knights of Janus gifted the sector with many a hero who covered themselves in glory. Despite grim expectations, the coexistence of humans and the Eldari did not lead to enmity. Janus had faced many trials, and the struggle against them brought the two peoples together. They did not develop an affection for one another, but they learned to speak with no weapons in their hands. More than one dangerous xenophile schism was born on Janus. The mines on Vivo 6 grew deeper and deeper, and soon the planet became the darkest and most frightening colony of the Expanse, the final stop for the exiled and the damned. The brutal-hearted inhabitants of Death World feared neither human nor xeno-horrors, knowing no mercy, and were known as the most fearsome fighters in the sector, who had traded their lives for the right to leave the eternal darkness of the mines. Guarded, luxurious palaces were built under the climate dome, shrouded by clouds of poison. They housed so many powerful black guards, persecuted aristocrats, and wealthy scoundrels that Vivo 6 gained unimaginable political influence. Such grand and sinister deeds were done that before the long grim death was spoken of as the new political center of the Expanse. With the fall of their unholy patron, the edge of daybreak, the cult of the final dawn, perished as well. Every cell of the cult was hunted down and eliminated. Rumors that some worshippers of the ruinous power had managed to get away, hiding the writing of the warp-banished lord under the rose, were baseless. Left without a mission or a leader, the word-bearers retreated to the depths of the Immaterium. Their last act of vengeance was a bloody assault on Footfall. The populace of several asteroids was exterminated or enslaved, and the statue of the God Emperor was badly damaged. After recovering from Shorter's regime, Football reclaimed its status as the trading hub of Expanse. Having learned a bitter lesson, Vladimir Takar created a Football partisan militia, a well-equipped mercenary army that answered only to him. A modicum of order was returned to the station. Left without a sun, the Reichhead system ceased to exist. Snow, frigid planets spun away into darkness, no longer held by the gravitational pull of their star. A century later, a fragment of Reichhead Minoris entered the Furbunda system and was snared by void miners. A piece of its rock was delivered to Football with reverence and used in the restoration of the God Emperor statue as a final memorial to the world devoured by corruption. Rumors of the rotting remains of an Aldari Croftworld spread around the Expanse. Explorers, privateers, Casablanca agents, and anyone hungry for easy money all rushed to the frontier system to vie for a piece of the prize. Some were swallowed by the warp, while others perished in skirmishes with their rivals. The most skilled and fortunate returned empty-handed after decades of searching. The colossal ship, as big as an imperial world, simply vanished as if it had never existed. But the legend of the forbidden treasure lived on, continuing to bring daring souls to ruin. Eldari from the fallen craft world Kudarak, who once traveled through the darkness of the Expanse in a desperate attempt to gather the remains of their kind, were becoming a rare sight. Even the most skillful Casablanca agents and audacious bounty hunters with knowledge of Xeno settlements on the edge of the Expanse could no longer find their trail. Squalls of Eldari Rangers suddenly appeared on different worlds and disappeared abruptly without shedding a drop of blood. Their purpose remained an enigma. It's because they were picking up the rest of their crew. The news of Xenos appearing in the Expanse was followed by a report from the Agora Janus about a strange flash in the night sky. When the light disappeared, authorities sent out patrols that located a Xenos camp among ancient ruins. The trail ended near a white monument, a Webley Gate. Where this path led the Eldari, only their Farseers knew. Time spent on the same world as Monkey pushed the Farseer Mordon toward reflection. When the Webley Gate awoke on Janus, and squads of Eldari Rangers stepped onto their ancestral world, he averted a bloodbath, granting the Leviathan and its new and naive citizens his blessing. He disappeared through a shining portal, departing for a new home. The spirit monolith, purified by our Harlequin troop on the Corona World, was hidden from insatiable eyes of Monkey by raging warp storms. Ships started going missing more frequently into systems close to the planet. Even the most courageous captains gave the region a wide berth and was named the Damned Reefs. Good lord. Somewhere on the other side of the reality lay Kamara, woven from a manifold of other dimensions and illuminated as always with the light of stolen sun, its streets ever filled with screaming and agony. Any misfortune experienced by the Dark City became another scar on its appalling face, lost among thousands of other vile blended blemishes. As long as pain pulsed in its blood-soaked spires, the insatiable and unshakable Kamara continued to fight its way through the webway, along with its unchanging ruler, the leader of the Cabal of the Black Heart, and the most dangerous voice of our Drukari, Asdrubal Vecht. The fall of the Cabal of the Raving Tempest united Kamara for a brief and bloody moment. The elites of the Dark City set their squabbles aside and found a new game in tearing apart the domain of Archon Yrmaris. The fate of the Raving Tempest reminded the other Cabals that nothing lasts forever than the Dark City, save the city itself. The dimensional gate leading to the Necron Tomb Worlds was sealed, and not a soul knew what transpired on the other end. But now then rumors came from the fringes of settlement systems settled by humanity, rumors of sickle-shaped ships that appeared and disappeared suddenly without showing any signs of hostility. Yet. The voice of Voxmaster Vijdis Siri Oda of the Ptoleman dynasty was long heard in the Coronis Expanse, trumpeting the arrival of the rogue trader. It brought glad tidings to the faithful and installed horror in heretics awaiting righteous retribution. After her death, Vijdis was granted the honor of being immortalized in a herald's service gold. For many centuries to come, her voice praised the Von Valancius dynasty, transmitting orders across decks. Master Helmsman Revor diligently executed his duties until the dying day without once succumbing to sleep's sweet embrace. Only when a piece of shell penetrated the bridge's armor hole and was stopped by the stern officer's unyielding chest did he finally know rest, leaning against his trusty helm. Wow, really? Many years later, High Factotum Janus Danrock sought permission to retire. He said that age had softened his heart and that a worthy, young, and assertive successor should take over his position. There was no shortage of candidates. Under all that fact, Danrock had a sentimental heart. He spared nothing for the orphans of those who had died serving the rogue trader. The children were given an excellent education and were eager to serve the Von Valancius dynasty. Jocasta Sauerbeck carried on her services as Master at Arms, maintaining order on the decks with maul and noose. Over the years, she took several husbands, and her descendants came to be named Sauerbecks of the Void, a lesser offshoot of the eminent aristocratic clan from the capital world. Zachary Weiss, Choirmaster Astropass, turned his shame and repentance into an iron chain binding his soul. Cold and detached, he would never again take a personal apprentice or become close with a subordinate. He dedicated himself to impeccable service, unfailingly carrying out the Lord Captain's orders and surviving at least 7 incidents that wiped out the entire astropathic choir. Bennett Driveston cared more about preserving the influence of his line than the well-being of the Protectorate. His line, in addition, lost him his governor's seat and the respect of his family. Within a few generations, one of the largest houses of Dargonis turned into an obscure family of petty aristocrats. Toriana Gaprak missed the moment when her family, which had previously functioned like a well-oiled machine, started to fall apart, racked by infighting. Among her distant relatives, many blamed Toriana for the Kabagama disaster. Soon as the Gaprak family splintered and warring factions spent centuries locked in a violent struggle, only occasionally punctuated by futile attempts to reunite the house. Macarius Sauerbeck was loyal to the rogue trader to the last, despite all the rumors to the contrary. Finding little affection amongst his subjects or his family, he stayed true to himself, remaining a forthright, severe, and pious person. Macarius strived to ensure that every soul in his charge felt justifiable dread before both him and the God Emperor. Members of the House Versarian served the dynasty faithfully and loyally, amassing more and more power. A century later, they had finally gained the respect enjoyed by other noble houses. Yet power and luxury can dull any blade. The now pampered and idle aristocrats were scarcely recognizable as the descendants of the former Seneschal Versarian. Clementia Versarian, granddaughter of Abelard and Chancellor Dargonis, executed her duties irreproachably and even found time to school the younger generations of her family. She was a equally skilled mentor, chancellor, and political operative. After a century of immaculate service, she surprised everyone by leaving her position, becoming the first mate on a trade ship. She would later admit, like a true Versarian, that she had always had a passion for ships and wayfaring. The Harlequin known as Nocturne of Oblivion, but he has visited the Expanse once again. Sneaking onto Dorgonis, he came to the Rogue Trader's palace and left on a special gift. Case of Aldari crafting, unmistakable, ancient, and precious, adorned with the rune of an eye inside a triangle. Only the Lord Captain knew what it contained. The Harlequin candidly warned him that he was drawing the Von Valance's dynasty into a deadly dance, a shaking doom, that all would freeze within the threads of Terra's loom. Then he promptly departed, and not without reason. A few hours later, assassins from the Dark City appeared. Following his trail were mercilessly killed. Their armor bore the sign of the Cabal of the Black Heart. After months of searching, Dorgonis wardens found the remains of Achilles Scalander on the lowest levels of the hive. Dracari artifacts and records discovered beside him indicated that the Inquisition had been compromised and was working for the Xenos. When the enraged cult of the Fatal Thirst punished everyone who had helped the Rogue Trader, the traitor known as the Commissar Survivor, against all odds, making despicable deals and buying his own lives with the lives of others, he found new benefactors. Many more subjects of the God Emperor who had the misfortune to find themselves in the Dark City became victims of his vile manipulation. I should have tried to kill the Commissar. The savage deeds that Gordai Skatov witnessed on football traumatized him forever. His architectural genius was shattered. Only the rare collection of true connoisseurs held his work, written in shakily hand, football, the ultimate void station, and mortuary. The Expanse is full of stories, yet one of the most bizarre tales that emerged in the wake of the Rogue Trader rise to prominence. According to legend, on every world the Rogue Trader visited, people or objects would suddenly vanish without trace if they found themselves in the same room as a mirror, even an utterly ordinary one. Voidbearer shared grim tales about the Von Valance's flagship. Monsters dwelt in the bowels of the vessel. They whispered, and from time to time the servants of these monsters descended to worlds and stations to spread corruption. These rumors were suppressed as criminal slander, but it made them no less true. Many generations later, a great rebellion of genetic abomination shook the Expanse. Mutants born of the Xeno disease revolt that, at the call of the fearsome four-armed angel, Dorgonis, the glorious capital of Von Valance's dynasty, was lost. Cleansed of genetic abomination once before, was now tainted by it again, this time forever. After becoming a breeding ground for mutants, Dorgonis proclaimed its faith in the many-armed emperor. On a high throne in the Rogue Trader's palace, a scaled saint from the distant stars slumbered. In his dreams, he spoke to his progenitor and sensed that he was approaching. I don't even know. I guess that was that questline I didn't finish? I don't know. Having completed his last journey with his Lord Captain Abelard, with the gracious permission of the Rogue Trader, left his post to Seneschal and took over the helm of the large family. House Forsarian rose above its rivals and was never again the target of persecution, even after the esteemed patriarch died decades later in his bed, surrounded by his grieving loved ones. Abelard's shining memory was blighted only by rumors of a creeping madness in the twilight of his life. Many said they had seen the Seneschal talking to someone unseen, in a voice filled with unusual tenderness and sorrow. Sister Argenta made no secret of the great respect and gratitude she felt toward the Lord Captain, yet duty compelled her to leave the retinue. With the blessing of the Cleriarchy, she founded a minor order of the Adeptus Sororitas, the Order of the One Star. United around the keeper of the sacred relic, its sister protected the faithful from the dangers still lurking in the Expanse. The wider order and its courageous founder very quickly became heroes of legend, instilling hope and inspiration in the hopes of Terra's faithful children. Jay Hadari basked in the Rogue Trader's light for many years, trying to make the most of such illustrious patronage. Alas, her appetites were insatiable, and 2 decades later she brazenly attempted a coup. It was a failure, and she found herself on the executioner's block. Before the end, she bestowed one of her famous smiles on the thronging rabble in farewell. Second Spinner Cabello of the Blood Sponge served the Vizier and the Doman loyally, but over years alarming changes transformed her further and further. Caught in a tangle of doubts, Cabello began to neglect the Emperor's tarot, for its reading were terrifying, contradictory, and enigmatic. The undying one gave her a different kind of sign through her dreams, and Cabela killed ever more often, seeing souls of the Emperor in their dozens and hundreds. She took a vow of silence and never spoke again. Murmur crusted over with rust and gore. There were whispers of her insanity among the crew, but no one dared stand up to the sacred bodyguard of the Lord Captain himself. Everyone on the ship knew about the liaison between Cabela and her Doman, but they also knew it would never turn into anything greater. Reluctantly, Cabela grew distant from the Lord Captain, content with her role as her beloved's bargain, keep her feelings confined to her own heart. As painful as the decision was, she saw no other path to the tents of Bloodsman Wed could lead her down. Heinrich continued to serve the Imperium and vanished under mysterious circumstances. Several years later, after receiving a signal equipped with Inquisition codes, he traveled to an unknown distant world from which he never returned. Despite scandalous rumors about a love affair, Cassia continued to accompany her lover amongst the stars for a time. Their love was like a candle flame, warm, tremulous, insatiable, and quickly extinguished. When Cassie took the throne as Novator, love gave way to duty. Some praised their doomed love over Glass's Amasec, while others cursed it and spat in disgust. Yet, even after an arranged dynastic man passing on her precious genes, Cassie kept in contact with the only person she had ever fully loved until her dying day. Novator, Cassia, and the rogue trader Ignatius were joined in matrimony, securing a powerful alliance. Sadly, their countless concerns and responsibilities prevented the spouses from seeing much of one another, keeping them apart for months and sometimes years at a time. Although no passion or love kindled in their union, they held one another in genuine esteem. In her journeys with the rogue trader, Cassie experienced all the hardships and delights of the galaxy. The invaluable experience and new knowledge helped her to finally conquer her fears and accept herself and her powers. The Lady Navigator became Novator of the House, tasked with addressing the consequences of Tisiphon's rule and the chaos that followed her disappearance. For the duration of her realm, she patiently worked on uniting the feuding branches of the House, forging alliances and expanding the influence of House Orselio. The Starway Atlas, which contained the memories of Tisiphon and Sytholic clan, lost its power. House Orselio's navigator once again had to rely on skill alone at the depths of the Immaterium. Many lost their lives, but those who survived the crisis became hardened veterans and pillars of the house. Most of the most fortunate souls were young and brave. Too few among them were old and wise. Adir lived several more years after Rogue Trader's campaign in Epitaph. Despite her short life, she left behind many legends and tales of her adventures in the service and of terrible war phenomena that she manifested. Shortly before her death, Adir vanished from her post. Jade disappeared with her. When Jade returned many cycles later, she declared that Adir's last days had been full of joy and adventure, and her greatest pleasure had been watching the Void Whales play. Having revealed himself as a renewed Messiah of discontinuing, Pascal Hinoon caused great turmoil. Free from his vows of service, he did not burden himself with leadership over the fleet. He just took one combat squadron and retreated with his flock from rogue sectors for contemplation. Decades later, his ships were spotted among the heretics of the Cauldron, a sector touched by corruption. Their tech crews revered the Messiah, but his image was haunting. No one had dared depict the Deus Mechanicus in that manner before, adorned with sinister flesh, embedded lumens, and golden mech armor, crowned with clawed wings. The Messiah chose a grim and belligerent likeness in which to appear before his unrighteous Messiah. For many long years, Juliet traveled at the Rogue Trader's side, helping him decipher the secrets of Los Xenos races and lending him the wisdom of her kind. Half a century later, she sensed that it was time to say goodbye. The path of the outcast had come to an end. After bidding farewell to her Alantech, Juliet made her way to her surviving kin. Juliet followed a new path, the path of the warrior. She only hoped she would never be forced to raise a weapon against the mortals who would become her true brothers and sisters in arms. Rumor has it that Juliet and Pascal met again among the alien stars. A band of Dari warriors were trying to protect an ancient planetary edifice of their people from the covetous servants of the Omnissiah. Upon learning that Juliet was leading the Xenos, Pascal personally descended to the planet and struck down his former comrade in arms. Their death did not stir any feelings in his metallic heart. I feel like I got like a really bad ending. After joining the Stormbiters, Ulfar Thunderlung soon became the leader, taking the place of Thorvald, who met an honorable end. The new leader sent a message to Fenris, stating his intention to remain in the Expanse. There are too many enemies yet lurking in these hunting grounds that deserve the Allfather's wrath. Legends paved the formidable Pack's path with gold. Years later, Ulfar found a battle in which he could meet his honorable death, but the warp was suddenly torn asunder, and ships from Fenris bearing the mark of the Wolfhead came to his aid. Saved from the battlefield by his low companion Halbrand, Ulfar accepted the honors of the Dreadnought and was entombed in sacred armor. During the blessed ritual, he cursed and demanded to be left to his death, but his brothers merely answered with mirthful laughter. When he recovered his senses, Ulfar led his forces to the heathen stars. The Allfather had given a new mission and a near-death vision. No one in the Expanse had heard word of the Space Wolves since their departure, yet many believe that one day they will return victorious. Such was the echoes of the deeds of the Rogue Trader of House von Valancius, deeds that transformed the Coronis Expanse and prepared it for events even darker and more violent. These are the events of a distant story. This one had come to an end. That was a lot of reading. I knew we were going to be finishing it soon. I kind of thought maybe Friday would be the day that we do it. I'm not mad that we obviously finished it earlier. Like, that's not a problem with me. I don't think I'll do another playthrough just yet, just because this one is like 21 sections long, I think, on YouTube, like 21 streams, and that's not including the ones that got lost due to like bad internet during Milton and all that. So I think we'll be moving on to a different game and maybe play some shorter ones just to kind of get some variety on the channel. But yeah, I like this game. I obviously could have spent more time in it and maybe got like a better ending out of it, like cleaning up the missions of the mutants and the gene stealer cult and following further down the romance pathlines, which I don't know what happened there, but well, I married Cassia and eventually Cabela left me for Madness, so we'll just have to go from there. Yeah, but other than that, I like this game a lot. As soon as these credits are over, we'll go ahead and be ending stream. For those of you who have watched this full series, I want to say thank you. It was a huge amount of stream times put into this, and it doesn't seem like it's all for naught. Like, some people are watching parts of it on YouTube, which makes me happy, but we'll just keep on chugging through. Look at all these Chris's. God, that was a wall of Chris's. There's all the Daniels, Dannys, Davids. Quite a few Dominics there, a lot of Douglases. Couple Edwards. Yeah. If anything, I probably screwed up the romances by moving too quickly through the game and not triggering enough of those meetings when you warp between places, because I think those work off of questline triggers as well, so that's probably part of it. But for a completely blind playthrough that I didn't look up like the story beats or anything like that, I think the only thing I really remember looking up was getting through Quetzal. But other than that, I think that's it. And just like who the romanceable characters were, just so that way I would know. Lots of Michaels. Yep, there they are. We're in the V, so we should be wrapping up the list here soon. How many X, Y, Z names can there be, right? Yeah, see, there they go. Ah, the Zacharys, I forgot. So, like I said, for those of you watching these, thank you. Those of you who are catching these across the different areas, I want to say have a good night, and I will see you guys later.